I am the oldest of three, and I was 18 during the event of the story, which happened in 2016. My sister was 13 and my younger brother was 9. I come from a really rich family, and in 2016, my father bought me a BMW Z8 and iPhone 7 on my 18th birthday. Not just that, but 2016 also left me with lots of good memories. The year began with many surprises. On January, I found myself a life partner who was my everything. Got a really good part-time job with a satisfying salary and traveled overseas, and a lot more good things that you could only imagine. Clearly, the year began with good stuff, but ended with a really creepy memory that I cannot forget. And when I say ended, then I legit mean the ending of the year. Just 6 days before 2017 began, it was Christmas. Usually, my parents made me celebrate Christmas like how people did ages ago. The old-fashioned way, when you only visit to people's house or invite them. All my friends and classmates had a better Christmas than I did. You know, like when all teenage students celebrate in a party style, getting drunk and laid. I always wanted to spend my Christmas with such friends, but my parents never allowed that, and neither I had a girlfriend. However, in 2016, I told myself that my 18th Christmas is gonna be the way I always wanted all my Christmas to be. It was easy to do it my way since I was independent now. I had plans to visit my girlfriend and spend the night at her place, which was about 20 minutes drive away from mine. I left at around 6:30 p.m. when it was getting dark. I drove to a campus first, where people were dancing and getting drunk. A very fascinating place for a person to make good memories. I met my girlfriend there too, and we left the campus after an hour. Finally, now we were heading to her house, and I was seeing her family for the first time. After a 10 minutes drive, we reached our destination. It was a small wooden house which was surrounded by creepy tall trees. Her place was just really dark. Not even a single street light could be seen. She then told me to never mind about how dark her area was. She said it was like that because we will be sitting near the trees and burn some woods. It was weird, but I did not really care. We walked to her house, and she knocked the door, but there was no response at first. We knocked again, and this time the door was answered by her mother. Her mother just told me to come in without any smile, greetings, or Christmas wishes. My girlfriend introduced me to her family. No one really seemed happy to see me. Her father just walked outside after greeting. Her mother went to the kitchen, while my girlfriend asked me to stay in the lobby and went to her room. Now I was getting uncomfortable. They all just left me alone, waiting. After 15 minutes, my girlfriend came back and asked me to join her family outside. I told her that I don't feel like sitting outside since it's too cold. I tried convincing her to take me to her bedroom and watch a movie. She kept insisting me to join her family first, and then in the end, we will have a good time together in a room. However, I agreed because I did not want to sound rude. We walked outside and her brother asked me to sit next to him, while her dad offered me some tea. I told him I don't drink tea, but he kept insisting, so I just took it from him. Now, there was an awkward silence. Everyone just staring at the fire. After a few minutes, her father broke the silence by asking me a really weird question. He asked me my thoughts for black people. I simply said that they are cool. He then started telling me some really weird things about black people and Mexicans, like how bad they are and how he dealt with them in his past. Surprisingly, even my girlfriend was proud to hear all that from her father. At that point, I told myself that I'm done here. I spilled half of the tea on the snow while they were not looking. To get rid of this weird family talk, I told them that I was getting a headache because of the tea, and I think I should go to bed. My girlfriend then took me to her room and told me to lie down on her bed. I asked her if she was gonna sleep with me, but she said that she had some work to do, and she will be back in 20 minutes. I did not care about what she was going to do, because I was tired from all her family policies. I just stayed in bed and relaxed. Around 5 minutes later, I heard the door open. It was her father. I pretended to be asleep and see what he does. After a couple of seconds, he closed the door and walked away. I was asking myself why he was in the room. Then I heard his voice. He was talking to someone. I got chills when I heard him saying, "I think the tea worked. He's now sleeping. Prepare yourself." At that point, I knew that I needed to leave as soon as possible. Luckily, her room was on the ground floor, and my car was right in front of her window. I grabbed my wallet, phone, and car keys from the side table and jumped out of the window. I ran towards my car and got in. I looked back just to make sure if I wasn't being watched. Pretty sure that no one was watching. On my way back, she started texting me and asking me why I left and where I am. I told her to leave me alone and to never text me or call me again, or else I'll call the police. I did not get any response to my message, so 1 hour later I blocked her and removed her from my contacts. Since then, I am celebrating my Christmas with my family like I used to. I never spoke to my family or anyone about my 18th Christmas, and I am happy for getting out of there safe. A few nights ago, we were having our Christmas Eve dinner. While we were eating, my 8 years old son went downstairs to the basement to get himself a drink. Yeah, I know, normal people leave such things inside the fridge, but whatever. We did not really care until I realized that it's been 15 minutes and my son did not come back. I asked my daughter Emma to go and look for him. Emma went after him, but she too was taking long. I told my wife that something is wrong, but she wouldn't listen. She kept telling me to stop worrying, and everything is okay. I decided to go check them out myself. As soon as I stood, I heard my daughter scream and calling me for help. Being a father, I ran downstairs in the basement. There was no one. Then I heard her screams again and realized that it was coming from our garden outside. I ran outside and I found out that my daughter was lying on the grass and crying. Her nose was bleeding. I asked her what happened, and she told me that some pervert dressed as Santa was taking my son to his car. My daughter soon ran to him and snatched my son from him. Then she saw her laptop inside his bag. She tried snatching it from him, but that is when he punched her on the face and pushed her away. He then got in the car and drove away. I asked her if she saw the plate number, but unfortunately she did not. Then my son told me that he first saw him coming out of my bedroom. Then the Santa walked to him and started telling him that it was the day when all my son's wishes would come true. He then asked my son to go with him to his car so he can get some candies. I took my children back inside and locked all the doors. I then ran to my room to check if he stole anything since my son told me that he was first seen coming out of my room. My wife's jewelries were missing while he took all my money. We called the police, but they couldn't do anything since we did not have much evidence about the thief. The Christmas went terribly wrong, but I am proud of my daughter, and I'm also happy that my son is safe.